Hey guys, it's Tony with Geek Designs. Today, back with another video. Today, we're doing another Adobe Muse tutorial. Remember, tutorial videos come out every Friday, so get subscribed for that if you're not already. So today, I'm going to talk about how to add and edit images in Adobe Muse. Now, if you don't know what Adobe Muse is, it's basically Adobe's app to allow you to design and build a website without touching code. It's a great website, it's a great piece of software. If you really know how to use InDesign, you'll easily transition over to Adobe Muse, and it'll allow you to build websites. And if you're a graphic designer and you don't have that in your tool belt, this is a great way to add that into your tool belt so you can offer it to clients. So let's see how we add and edit images in Adobe Muse. We got a client's website right here. We got a good amount of pages, but we still got some more. Let's go over to this page that we're currently working on. So as you can see, we already got this big hero image up here. We want to keep that there, but we want to make it a different image. So there's a couple ways we can change this image. We could drag and drop an image, but you know what? I don't want to do that because that gets a little sloppy sometimes. So we're going to click the frame that it's in. You can see in this top corner it says fill, and there's a little thumbnail of the image. If we hit the fill button, we'll get more options for what is filling that rectangle. We want to change the image, and you can see there's an image and it's showing you the source name right here. We'll click that. It'll bring up all the photos that we have for this client. Let's go back to kitchen photo. We'll choose, I don't know. We'll choose this one. This one looks pretty good. Now I don't like how it's only showing the very top. I want to see a little bit more of the kitchen. So we can go over to position here and choose center. That will show us a good chunk of the kitchen. I like that. Now we're going to need some images to explain to people what the design assistants mean. So there's a couple ways we can do this again. We'll go File, Place. Just like any other Adobe program, you can do File, Place. You can grab the photos in your folder. So for right now, we're just going to do a stock or just an image just so you can get the idea of what we're doing. So we'll go to Classic Series. Look at this one with this table in here. Now as you can see, our cursor changed. We actually have the image inside of our cursor, so wherever we put it, it's going to go. We'll put it here for right now so we can just drop it down. As you can see, we're getting these two green rectangles or blue rectangles that's showing us that we're at the same pixel height adjustment between those two objects, which is very similar to what happens into Adobe Illustrator, sorry. So just like I said, it's very similar to Adobe Illustrator. We'll want to grab this corner because I think this is too big, and honestly it is too big. Now the one thing that's going to take some time to get used to in Adobe Muse is you do not have to hit the shift key to keep the restraints on. You just click and drag. I think right there looks good. As you can see, we have this image in here now. But let's say we don't want it that tall, really. Well, we can grab this frame tool. We know we want it to be a 2-column image. But we don't want it to be that tall. So we'll just click this, go to File, Add, drop that in there. Oh. Now we got an issue where the image is too big for that frame. So if we go to Fitting, Scale to Fill, it'll fill the whole image in there. And that looks good. I think that looks a lot better than that on it. So let's say we actually do like this frame, but we don't like how it's filling. Well, since we didn't use the fill option, we really can't do the modification like we did to the other one. But we can double click in it. You'll notice the frame changed orange, which if you used any program like Adobe Muse or Illustrator in the recent update, you know this means that you're working in that image inside that frame. So we can grab that marquee, that corner. Let's grab that corner, and we can make it bigger. I mainly want to hide that ugly watermark, I could have gone in Photoshop and edited it out, but you know, sometimes you just forget. And there. Now just like Adobe InDesign, you can grab the Eclipse frame and do the same thing. So say we want a circle image. We'll go to File Place. We'll do it this way this time. File Place. We want a really nice kitchen. Now as you can see, our cursor changed. If we hover over this, that frame changes a little bit. That means you're going to insert it in there. So let's click that. As you can see, it dropped in. Working with this is really simple and easy. If you know how to use InDesign, you can use this. But let's say you want to do a carousel. Well, that gets a little trickier. We'll get rid of all these and we'll grab a carousel. Now to add any other functionality besides text, images, stuff like that, the basics in Adobe Muse, you got to go over here to what's called a widget library, and this will give you all your other functionalities that you might have already installed. So we want a slideshow, and as you can tell, you get all these different types of slideshows. Now really the only difference between these slideshows is they have different checkboxes checked, and I'll show you what I mean. We'll just go with the basic one just for this example. We want it over here. We want to make sure we're 30 pixels high again. Now when you have it selected, you'll notice this little blue circle, the triangle on it. If you click it, you'll get all the slideshow options. And what I meant by when I said that it had more checkboxes clicked, this is what exactly I meant. Literally had more checkboxes clicked. So when you go over here, you can choose what is the image going to do, what's the thumbnail going to do if you have those in, what's your transition going to be, transition speeds, autoplay, all this great stuff. You can enable the swipe. I always recommend that checked. That means if you are on a mobile device or a touchscreen and you swipe it, it'll do it. You can have your layout. You can have your parts. So we could have our first labeled. We could have previous, last. When I personally do a carousel, I usually don't like to have a counter. This allows, so if you don't have the counter selected, this allows people to just keep clicking through it until they finally realize, oh, I went to the beginning. This is a little bit of a trick to make people stay on the website a little bit longer. Not terribly longer, but allows people to stay on longer. You can have your caption on or off. I mean, that's give or take. I mean, if you have like a portfolio, say, and you have all these images and you want them labeled, that's good. Or if you have a home slider and you want a title on there, that's where that would come in handy also. You can show your light parts, edit together. I mean, this is all very simple. I would go in here and play with these settings just so you get a good understanding of them. Now let's say, you know, you don't like this basic format for this. I mean, most people don't, but that's common. So we're going to take this button. We're going to drag it over here. We want this button also to go over here. As you can see, as we clicked it, it went to another static image. Now, how do you add images? Well, there's a couple ways you can add images. You could click and drag them and just point them in there, like we did with the circle marquees, or you could just go to this folder, say we want all these images, except that one, and open. It's importing the files, and it just did everything for us. Now if we click through it, we can notice that it does it all for us, which is great. Now if you want to change order, the only way I know of filling or changing out the order is clicking thumbnails on, and then you'll see this come up, this little thumbnail thing, or thumbnail order, and you can just click and drag them around and put them where you want them. As you can see, we just changed the order. I hope this video helped you. I hope you learned how to add and edit images in Adobe Muse. If I skipped over anything or I didn't get anything exactly that you were looking for, just leave it in the comments below and I'll answer them there. Remember, tutorial videos come out every Friday, so get subscribed for that if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.